Hey everybody, welcome to Metatron Center Monthly Channeling. Hey everybody, welcome to the fourth monthly installment of the Metatron Center Channeling. We have 12 tools ahead of us in this year. This week we are working on Tool 3. Metatron brought forward a lot of different tools in the weeks coming up. And in all of these tools, they're designed to help us go towards the center, hence the name Metatron Center. This aspect of Metatron, as we found out, is one of 13 aspects. The aspect that I've channeled is the part of Metatron that wants to help humanity find its way towards the center. So what does that mean? If you've heard any of the other monthly channelings, then you understand going towards the center is stripping away the flesh and bone part of you that is not a soul. Taking the soul aspect and aligning yourself with it to the highest possibility and capability that you have. That's what Metatron, or this aspect of Metatron, is trying to do. I was introduced once very shortly to a second aspect of Metatron, 2 of the 13, and hopefully he'll bring that aspect again forward today to greet you. And that's what we suppose the deal will be for today, and we hope that you get an understanding that all of these tools and 1 or 2 of the aspects of the 13 of Metatron are going to be teaching these 13 tools to help us focus at that center. So thank you guys for your support. We know that we are going to try to get the Metatron monthly channeling video out to you on the 1st of every month, this month with no exclusion. Hope you guys enjoy. Greetings and salutations. You walk with Metatron towards the center. In the glorious day in front of us, we step into our third tool to help move all of humanity who desires into the center circle, towards the center circle from secondary circles, towards the center of your localized center from the exterior circles. We bring forward 13 aspects of our own self. We bring forward the one that is all-encompassing, the one that is all forward when it comes to the attribute of centering yourself. The vocabulary used by many of you when it comes to centering yourself is believed to have a definition according to what your feelings are and feeling in the most neutral place available in your system. We see and understand this, but we also wish to add more to the word centered, more to the word central. Just as the nucleus of an atom is centralized, so is the soul content of your overall being. So is the aspect of your non-physical self in the midst of your corporeal self. Each of you finding the part of you that is most centralized. Before entering the third tool, we wish to yet again briefly bring the second presented aspect of our overall self forward, just in order to greet you, just in order to make themselves acquainted with you. Now, instead of 1/12, you will have 1/6 of the overall aspect of Metatron. Instead of having 1 with 12 remaining, you will have 2 with 11 remaining. The 13 aspect is the overall self. It is the completion of all before. The 12 under 13 are individual attributes of our overall being. Many channel our energy. Many bring forward different aspects of our energy. By the time that Rob has completed his channeling with us, he will have channeled all 12 of the singular aspects and the 13th of the completed aspect. Number 2 of the entire 13 steps forward. Greetings and salutations as the second portion of the aspect of Metatron walks forward. We want to represent ourselves fairly for you. We want to represent ourselves in a way that all of you can understand deeply. As in the first aspect, we would ask you to go in the center of yourself, but it is for a much different reason than the first aspect asks. The first aspect would ask you to reach in the center to find your soul. We would ask you to reach in the center to find your heart. The unconditional loving nature that all of you have capable, that all of you have available. We will connect with you to help you find the most loving and unconditional parts of yourself that you have available. Much respect and love to all of you as we retreat and reproduce the first aspect of Metatron. As we reach into the first aspect, we now move forward into the third tool of use. We have already talked to you all about moving towards the center. We have talked to you about moving from one localized circle to the next. Now we will be more specific in the way of defeating localized circles within the independent circle you are in. Each of you carry multiple small circles, just as in the flower of life pattern. The circles within the circles within the circles remain. The most center circle of every circle is the most center point of your energy. And we desire for all of you who wish to be there with us. So we will teach you the inner battles. There has been a lack of understanding from some of you. There has been a complete heartfelt understanding from others. There has been a complete embracement and resonance with the rest of you. The 3 levels of understanding, acceptance, and resonance can be found with how well you understand yourself. We spoke very quickly about trusting yourself, about being honest with yourself, having the integrity within you to find the absolute truth, not the hidden truth. The absolute truth instead of the one that is more convenient for you to tell yourself. So this is part of the problem in attacking the localized circles. Some of you would reach out and some of you would say that you are rarely ever not happy, that in the majority of your time you spend without worry or care. Therefore you have mastered yourself. Therefore you have mastered your centralized circle. Then we would ask you, what part of your happiness is true happiness? How are you able to tell the difference between the true happiness and the happiness that you tell yourself to have? There are very few ways to to truly do this without being 100% honest with yourself, without finding the core part of yourself. So that is how we attack the localized circles. That is how we attack the localized circles within the larger localized circles, moving towards that center. First, let us talk to you about the difference between happiness and the difference in fooling yourself into thinking you are happy. When you are truly happy, you are always in motion. You are never still. We do not mean this in a literal sense. You can be sitting still and still be moving forward. There is a great deal of distractions that many of you have placed in front of you in order to make yourself feel as if you are happy, to tell yourself that you are happy. The way that you are able to tell if you are happy and if you are in action is your life moving forward. You think about all of the things in your life that mean something to you. You think of all the things in your life that you desire to do. Are you moving towards them? Some of you would say just by being in excitement, it places me in a place of energy that allows these opportunities. And yes, this can be true. Yes, this is one way to approach, but it is not a place of action. Action is the greatest mechanism in moving forward in any given circle. When you sit in front of yourself and you think, all I have to do is keep myself entertained with distractions, and that can make me happy, and that happiness will help me find my greater path. You have already tricked yourself into believing that you are happy. You have already tricked yourself into believing that you are moving towards the center circle of either the localized circle or the most central circle in the matrix of life. When you work towards the center, you are always in action, whether it be in physical action or mental action. When you think to yourself, it would be wonderful in my life to be able to be an artist, to be able to draw paintings, to be able to take those paintings and travel around the world in order to share the most beautiful parts of my soul with others. And that is the greatest dream you have. Anything that you are doing without movement towards the artistic nature, towards that completion of your desire, is falsity. When you are watching television shows, when you are going to friend's house and drinking alcohol, when you are going to a place and playing video games with friends, you believe in the moment you are happy. And we are not saying you cannot find joy from these things. It is very obvious that you can. But what we are saying is in those moments, many of you, or the majority of you, are not doing those things for the reasons you tell yourself you are doing them for. When you are doing those things, you are doing them because it helps eat away the time. It helps steer away from the boredom of sitting in the middle of your room with yourself without thought or action behind things, behind the motivation or desire you have to move towards that central circle. This is what boredom is. It is the lack of moving towards that central circle. It is the lack of action and honesty within yourself. When you fling these distractions, you give yourself great joy. You tell yourself that you have already accomplished something because you are no longer thinking of the pain emotionally and mentally that you have been placed within from a lack of moving into that action or desire, moving into your joy. Your artistic paintings await you, and you have not stepped closer to it. And why? Because it would be more simple to numb ourselves with things that will not put us on a limb, that we don't have to make large steps in front of us to do. Many are afraid to take the very first step because it seems to be a large step. I have to have the art equipment, and that is very expensive. I need to be able to make art of worth for others to enjoy. I need to be able to afford the tickets to take my art into different places and show people what I am capable of so that they may present it in their art museums or art shows. I cannot do any of this. Instead, you will take a job that barely excites you, that barely gives you reason but financial reason to get out of bed, and the rest of the day you fill with whatever is convenient for you. Now, being honest with yourself, this is the most important part of understanding how to bypass these distractions, how to bypass the boredom. When you are honest with yourself, if you understand the nature of the beast that you are trying to tackle, then you understand it is not always so black and white. It is not always, I must do this and this, then this, in order to step forward. There are infinite circles that are parallel to the circles you are in, which you can step in and out of to use to your benefit, to find different thought patterns. If you are using the first and second tool, you will have already started seeing the difference in your psychology. Once your psychology has started to change, this gives you ample opportunity. If you are not moving towards the center of the circle, then step into those parallel circles. This will give you a different vantage point of energy, a different vantage point of life. This can help allow the entrance into something or a different way of seeing. When you're honest with yourself, you know that there are many ways to share your art with others. There is an internet full of millions of people, billions of people across the world that can see your artistic power, that can see the nature of your paintings, that can know the worth of you. You know that if you do not go to work and you place all of your energy into painting and into making that artistic style your livelihood, you know that yes, you may not receive money right away. You may not get a financial gain in that moment, but you are sure to be living in that greatest action, in the greatest step forward to your dreams. There's a funny saying on earth that says, do what you love and the money will follow. This is sorely understated. It is because those who have tried go with great reservation. They go without being honest with themselves. They don't take large enough steps when they act. And then they end up with the least version of what they're trying to do. The one that shows them that resistance of financial income. The one that shows them the greatest amount of resistance in being able to have your art exposed to others. The greatest source of resistance when it comes to putting yourself in that action. Small parts of action that are displaced with fear are not truly actions. They are only sidesteps. They are a distraction to tell you that you have tried but failed, to give you an excuse not to move forward. What happens if you lose your financial income? You quit the job. You will not have money. Things will change. Perhaps you will not live in the same place you are, but perhaps you do not like living there anyway. Perhaps you have decided to yourself, I will move very soon for the last 10 years, but have never left the steps of your house. Perhaps you're saying, my children need that finances, my wife or husband need those finances, but yet neither of them have stepped out to their own path, to their own central circle, in order to take care of themselves. when you walk towards that path, all around you will either join you or walk to a different path. And this is a scary thought for many of you. This is a thought that frightens you to the deepest part of your soul. Many of you have already learned this in your metaphysic teaching, your New Age teachings. Once I change my vibration, I lose relationships and attachments around me. This is true. But it is not something to fear. This is something that only gives you the ample opportunity to see if those who are around you are of the fitting vibration of your central path to begin with. There is nothing to fear by stepping forward. Many of you say, if I step forward, I will make a mistake. I might have to change everything about my life. We would say, changing your life is not so bad if you're not already walking towards your central circle. And if for any reason you find the disconnection or misery of what you had before, and you want to re-engage with that, you can always step backwards, away from that central circle. We would never suggest this. We only say this so that you understand there is always opportunity to go back to the old ways and distract yourself. There is always opportunity to go backwards and put yourself in a place of lying to yourself again. There is always opportunity to go back and connect to those who do not hold the proper vibration to achieve energy and co-creation as you walk towards the central circle. We want to share with you that our fourth step will be coming soon, our fourth tool, in order for you all to find your way to the center of the circle. Our fourth step will be divided by both the first and second aspect of Metatron. We both will share equally in the fourth tool. We wish to express our own love, our own heart, our own connection as we move with you towards the center. Salutations. I hope you guys enjoyed this wonderful channeling in Metatron Center. Rob Gauthier, the channeler of Metatron for Metatron Center, and I want to thank all of you for the support by being here on YouTube and watching these videos. You can support our channel in many different ways. You can support our channel by subscribing to the YouTube channel. You can also go to the website, which is metatroncenter.com. You can go and you can financially donate in order to help us continue giving these wonderful free sessions to the public, or if you'd like to donate in a different way, you can go to our home page of YouTube and hit support. You can give a once per month donation of a set amount, or you can just do a one-time donation. Anything helps. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. We love to hear from you. You can go to our YouTube page, drop comments, drop them on the videos here. We'd love to hear your guys' insights and perceptions of what we're doing. Notice too, after this part of the video, there will be two links to two different videos. One of them is through the etwhisper.com, our monthly Galactic channelings, and the other is just something new of what's going on here at ET Whisper and Metatron Center. Thank you guys so much. Me and Kalina love all the support that you guys give us, and thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you guys next month.